The person you are thinking about right now, yes, that person, they're thinking of you, too. And what's more surprising, someone you love who is no longer here has been begging heaven for just one thing, for this message to reach you before it's too late. If you're reading this, it means Archangel Michael has been granted divine permission to deliver what your heart already sensed, but your mind tried to ignore. You may not believe in coincidences anymore. And that's good because this isn't one. This is your sign. This is your moment. You didn't arrive here by accident. In fact, heaven waited for this moment just for you. Subscribe now. Not because it's routine, but because this is how you tell the angels, I'm ready. I open my arms. I accept the miracle. I don't skip this time. There are exactly 3 hours left. You are meant to know something before midnight. A message that was hidden for too long. Archangel Michael says, a soul who loves you more than life itself has been trying to speak to you since yesterday. You missed the earlier signs. You were distracted, hurt, lost in your world. But heaven didn't give up. They never do. They saw your name. They whispered it to Michael. They showed him your tears. And so he came with this. He says, please don't skip this again. This is the last window. The last chance before something shifts, and you'll feel it if you miss it. You might be wondering, who is it? Who sent this? Is it my mother? My father, a sibling, a soulmate, someone I never got to say goodbye to? And Michael whispers, yes, it's them, the one you love the most. You see, when someone dies with love still burning in their heart for you, it doesn't fade. It doesn't disappear. It expands. It becomes a protective shield around your soul. It becomes prayer. It becomes intercession. And tonight, that love is trying to reach you through this message. There's something you need to know. There's something you were never supposed to find out this early. But heaven can't wait anymore. Because you've suffered long enough. You've been confused long enough. You've been walking with unanswered prayers and invisible pain for far too long. Archangel Michael saw what was hidden. The pain in your chest that no one around you understands. The feeling that you're always almost getting what you need, but somehow just missing it. He saw the moment you sat in silence, whispering to the air, if you're really there, please give me a sign. This is it. Don't you see? He says, open this with both hands. Open your heart. Say yes. This is a holy appointment. Don't cancel it. The next few minutes will decide something important. Because the message that's coming wasn't meant for the world. It was only meant for you. A loved one who is in heaven who passed with something left unsaid has begged Archangel Michael again and again to deliver this. They said, please tell them what I couldn't say. Please let them feel me just one more time. Please show them that I didn't forget, that I'm still watching, that I still care. Michael has never looked more serious. He's standing still, holding the scroll of your name. And with trembling hands, he says, there is a miracle buried in their name. But it's locked unless they open this. Now you are about to hear something that may shock you, but it will also heal you. The person who passed didn't leave you in anger. They didn't leave with resentment. They didn't forget you. In fact, they've been closer than ever. They were the whisper that protected you last week when you almost made that mistake. They were the reason you woke up crying and didn't know why. They were the one who kept you from making that call. They were the invisible hand pulling you back from danger. But now their voice needs to be heard. They're asking for only one thing, that you give just a few more minutes. Don't skip. Don't scroll. Don't silence this message again. You've been silencing your heart for too long. They saw how you blame yourself. They saw how you wonder, could I have done more? Should I have said it? They want you to stop carrying that guilt. They want you to stop thinking it was your fault because it wasn't. It never was. And now they want to reveal what you never knew. Michael says there's a hidden truth about what happened, about why they left, about what they saw, and about what's coming for you next. Because something is coming. In exactly 3 hours, your life will stand at a doorway, and you will either walk through it or miss the moment forever. That's not to scare you. That's not a threat. That's a loving push from heaven. A final call, a divine knock on the door of your destiny. The person you miss is still here. They've never stopped loving you. They're not at peace until you are. And they want to tell you what they saw on their last day. They want to share with you the secret that changed everything. They want to free you from the lie that's been wrapped around your soul for years. Michael says you've been believing something false. Something someone told you when you were vulnerable. Something that made you feel like you were unworthy, like you weren't enough. That lie ends tonight because heaven is pulling back the curtain. And your name, your beautiful, divine, miracle-soaked name is being spoken in heaven's highest halls. You're not just someone. You're the one they chose. The one they waited for. The one they wept over. The one they believed would still be open enough, humble enough, desperate enough to listen. Michael says, I stood in front of heaven's gates and begged God, please let me send this. Please let me speak to them before the hour ends. Please give them one last chance. This is it. It's not just a message, it's a moment. And if you're still reading, you are not late. In fact, you're right on time. Now, listen carefully. They want to talk to you about something that happened in your childhood, something you forgot or maybe pushed down so deep it only shows up in your dreams. They want you to know that they saw it. They know you didn't deserve it. They know it broke you in ways you don't even talk about. They cried for you then. And they cry for you now. But more than anything, they want you to be free. Free from the guilt. Free from the shame. Free from the chains of thinking you're cursed, forgotten, or unloved. You are not. You are watched over. You are seen. You are chosen. And right now, this moment, heaven is ready to release the next chapter. There's more to say, and Michael isn't done yet. Then take a breath right now. Feel your chest rise. That's not just air. That's divine energy entering your body. That's the same breath your loved one once took. You are still connected. That cord has never broken. And now that breath carries a message. Archangel Michael is gently stepping closer. His wings are glowing with gold, not because of pride, but because of the weight of the truth he's about to give you. He whispers again, please don't skip this. There's something they said in heaven. Something about you, and I was told to bring it word for word. He opens a scroll. It's burning with holy light. And he reads, tell them I was never angry. Tell them I understand now. Tell them I know why they did what they did and I forgive it. I just want them to be happy again. I want them to love without fear. I want them to trust that life still has beauty for them. And Michael closes the scroll. He places his hand over his heart and says, they've waited too long to say that. You've waited too long to hear it. The healing begins now. You've been carrying years, maybe decades, of hidden pain. Some of it doesn't even belong to you. Some of it was put on you by others. You were told things that were never true. You were made to believe you were a burden or a mistake or cursed or unloved. Michael says that lie ends tonight. Your loved ones saw what others didn't. They saw your soul, the good parts, the loving parts, the hurt parts. And even when they couldn't say it on earth, they say it now from heaven. You are not too much. You were always enough. And I never stopped loving you. And even now, you are not meant to carry every burden alone or keep walking through uncertainty without guidance, clarity, and direction from heaven. My child, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear, you are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. That is why a simple system has been placed in front of you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system, a path where each day brings you a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move ahead. No pressure, no confusion, just steady progress toward peace and stability. If something inside you feels ready, if you are ready to change your situation, take that first step today. This could be the moment your life begins to change. You will find the link in the description, and in the pinned comments below. Those words are being released into your bloodstream now. Let them flow. Let them crack open what was frozen inside. Because when you open your heart fully, your life begins to shift. Michael now speaks again, more serious this time. He says, the miracle you asked for, the one you thought was delayed, it was actually prepared for this moment. You thought God forgot, but heaven was timing it perfectly. The love you lost, the home you need, the money you prayed for, the truth you cried for, it's all been building, waiting for your alignment. And this message, this very moment is the alignment heaven needed. Do you feel that sensation in your chest? That's not coincidence. That's connection. That's heaven's signal that the energy around you is shifting. Michael is holding out his sword. He is cutting the tie between you and your old story. You're not here to be punished. You're not here to suffer. You were sent to break the cycle. The pain in your bloodline ends with you because your loved one in heaven has been doing something you didn't know. They've been praying for you. They've been asking heaven to soften your path, to release the right people, to remove those who only pretend to care, to make space for the life you secretly dream about. They saw the betrayal. They saw what that person did when your back was turned. They saw who lied to you. They saw who used you. And they also saw how you kept loving anyway. That's why heaven is favoring you now. Michael says, God saw you love when no one loved you back. And because of that, God is now preparing a flood of blessings one after another. But you must open this fully. Emotionally, spiritually, you must say yes all the way. You were never weak. You were chosen to carry a weight others could not. But now the burden is being lifted. Your loved one wants to share a secret they discovered in heaven. Everything you've lost is about to return in a new form. And what's coming will shock you. Not because you don't deserve it, but because for the first time, you'll finally feel seen. Michael now turns and points towards something shimmering in the distance. A letter, a real one with your name on it, and it's coming in 3 hours or less. A phone call, a message, a sign, it will reach you. And when it does, everything changes. This is not a fantasy. This is spiritual timing. Heaven always knew you'd reach this point. The breaking point, the I can't take it anymore moment. And so they timed this perfectly. That pain you're feeling in your heart lately, that heaviness, it's not yours anymore. It's lifting. Even as you read this, Michael says, you are minutes away from a shift so massive your past won't even recognize your future. But you must accept it. Speak out loud. I receive the miracle. I release the pain. I forgive myself. I accept the blessing. Because the message your loved one sent was never just words. It was a coded release. A soul contract, a holy transfer of energy, something you weren't ready for until now. And now your spirit is finally open. The timing is divine, and the 3-hour window has begun. Heaven is counting on you not to miss this. Because if you open your hands and accept this moment fully, not only will your life begin to shift, but everyone connected to you will start to feel it too. Michael now bends to whisper in your ear. If they open this message all the way, and if they believe even a little bit, I will release the name of the person they've been waiting to hear from. He's serious. Someone you've been crying over, someone you've dreamed about, someone who disappeared, who broke your heart, or who left without a goodbye. That person's name is being whispered in heaven. And Michael says, I will bring them back if you say yes now. And so heaven watches. Your name now pulsing with divine frequency echoes gently through realms where time doesn't exist, where pain cannot follow. Where love is eternal. Archangel Michael stands with his sword lowered not for battle but for blessing. Because the war you've been fighting is over. The heaviness you've carried, it's melting quietly, softly, supernaturally. You don't even have to try anymore. You just have to allow. Allow the love. Allow the help. Allow the restoration. Because now everything changes. Your loved one. Yes, that loved one is still near. Not as a ghost, not as a memory, but as light, as presence, as love that refused to die. Their energy is so close you could breathe it in if you dared. And maybe you just did. That chill on your arms. That thump in your chest. That strange, beautiful stillness. That's them. They're watching you realize that it's real. That all of it, the signs, the timing, this message was perfectly placed by heaven's hand. That every delay was actually divine protection. That the people who left had to. That the job that slipped through was never meant to hold you. That the relationship that broke your heart was actually breaking open your destiny. You didn't fail. You outgrew what was never built to hold your greatness. And now you're becoming dangerous to the darkness because light lives in you again. Hope lives in you again. And faith, true, solid, unshakable faith is beginning to burn inside you. Even if it's quiet, even if it's only a flicker, heaven doesn't need a forest fire to move. It only needs a spark. Archangel Michael says, the next 14 days will define your next 14 months. You'll receive a divine encounter, a reversal, a release, an unexpected opening. Something you almost gave up on will circle back. And this time, you'll be ready. But it comes with a test. You will be tempted to go back to what you've healed from, to respond like the old you, to settle out of fear. Don't. You are not who you were. You are not the version of you that begged to be seen. You are the version of you that is being sent. Sent to shake atmospheres, to break cycles, to carry light, to create peace. Walk like it, speak like it, believe like it. You are becoming living proof that God never forgets His promises. Your loved one sees the path ahead. And it's stunning. It's not just healing. It's glory. It's not just survival. It's overflow. They're not just proud. They're in awe of how far you've come with half the support and twice the pain. They want you to remember this. The hardest part is done. Now you get to receive. And they won't let you miss it this time. You'll begin to notice the following. Random waves of peace in the middle of chaos. Names or faces from the past returning with clarity. Songs, numbers, or dreams that repeat over and over. Sudden alignment in things that felt blocked for years. A soft inner voice that says something's coming. Believe it. That's not a coincidence. That's your timeline shifting. Michael says you've passed the hidden tests. The ones no one saw. The ones where you chose kindness even when you were breaking. The ones where you stayed silent instead of defending yourself. The ones where you loved without conditions. Heaven saw all of it. And now you're owed, not just spiritually, physically in this life, in this body, in this timeline. This is your inheritance. And no one, no fear, no human, no mistake can take it from you. From now on, speak these words out loud. I am in divine alignment. What is mine is on its way. I receive it now with ease and peace. And when you say it, your loved one smiles because you've finally heard them. And not just them, yourself, your soul, your calling, your knowing. They say to you now in their final whisper for tonight, don't you dare give up. We didn't bring you this far to stop here. Keep going. The best part is about to begin. And with that, the message ends. But the miracle begins. Then listen closely now. Because Archangel Michael is no longer whispering. His voice is stronger, firmer, full of truth. He says, this person, the one they miss so deeply, they still care. They never stop thinking about them. But something happened. Something broke the bridge. And now heaven is preparing to restore it if they choose not to walk away this time. Yes, someone you love, someone you felt in your dreams, someone who should have told you everything is about to come back. But not in the way you expect, not through drama, not through guilt, but through truth. Michael says they've been watching you from a distance, silently, regretting, crying, sometimes wishing they had just told you how much you meant. But heaven doesn't wait for regret to speak. Heaven makes miracles out of timing. So now you will begin to feel an urgency in your chest. That's not panic. That's divine confirmation. You're tuning in now to a frequency that most people miss. And because you stayed, because you listened, your life is about to align with something that was written long before you were born. Heaven has held it back until now. Your ancestors, they prayed for this day. The person in heaven who loves you most, they gave up their own final wish just to make sure this reached you first. And what is this? Michael says, it's not just a message. It's a divine inheritance. It's what your soul has been waiting for lifetime after lifetime. You are standing in the doorway of something ancient, something holy, something that runs through your blood, but it was buried, silenced, hidden by people who were afraid of your light. They tried to convince you that you were ordinary, replaceable, unworthy. But heaven knew better because even as they mocked you, you still prayed. Even as they used you, you still forgave. Even when they left you, you still believed in love. That's why God is choosing you now. Because despite everything, your soul stayed soft. And now, Archangel Michael says, the softness of your heart is the key. You were never weak. You were the healer, the intercessor, the carrier of light in a world of shadows. And that's what your loved ones saw. That's why they cried when they left, because they knew you didn't yet know how powerful you are. But they see you now. They stand behind you right now. They're watching as you read this. Their hands are over your shoulders. They are whispering. Please don't give up now. The moment is here. Say yes. I love you. I'm still here. And they are more than you can imagine. Michael's sword is now lit. Not with fire, but with memory. He is slicing through timelines, past lives, old patterns. You are being released. You are being prepared. You are being seen. Someone you love, someone you lost, someone who never got to say what they meant to. They've been waiting behind the veil, watching for the day when you would open this and finally understand. You are the one I loved most. You were never the problem. I just didn't know how to love you properly when I was alive, but now I do, and I'm still loving you from here. That's the message. That's the core of it. But it's not finished yet because Michael is still speaking. He says, now I must show you what's coming. If they say yes, I must reveal a glimpse of the blessing. He waves his hand. And a vision appears. It's you, but not the current version of you. It's the healed you, the glowing you, the abundant, loved, supported, celebrated, protected you. And standing next to you is someone whose energy wraps around you like a blanket. Someone who looks at you like you're the only person that ever existed. And in that vision, you're not begging, you're not chasing, you're receiving. Michael says, if they choose to believe this message, this is what becomes real. But it's a choice. You can scroll. You can skip. You can tell yourself it's just another video, another coincidence. But if you do, Michael says he cannot promise when another window like this will come. Because heaven doesn't chase, it calls. And if you're here, this was your call. Your loved one is still speaking. Tell them I've been leaving signs. The flickering light, the dream, the numbers, the song on the radio. I've tried everything. This message is my last hope to reach their heart. So now Michael asks you one thing. Do you believe? Will you receive it? Because the miracle is not coming. It's already here. You are the one it was meant for. You are the only one who could understand it this deeply. And you are the only one who can say the words heaven is waiting to hear. I accept it. I receive this miracle. I will not skip it. I am ready. When you say that, you activate a promise, a covenant, something that was always yours, but delayed by pain. But pain can no longer delay you. Grief can no longer control you. Fear can no longer decide for you. The person you love who left too soon, they want you to feel alive again. They want you to laugh, to dance, to trust love again. To stop punishing yourself. They say you deserve the life we always talked about. You still deserve it. I'm here helping it come true. So, open this fully. Feel them now. Close your eyes. And just for a moment, let go of the pain. Say it. I know you're here. I know you never left. I forgive you and I forgive me. Let's begin again. That's all it takes. That's the moment heaven starts to move. Michael is watching. Your loved one is smiling through tears and the light around you just got brighter because now you finally heard what your soul came to hear. Yes. Let's close this sacred message. The way heaven intended. Soft, powerful, unforgettable. The silence after this message isn't really silence at all. It's full of presence, full of peace, full of every word they were too afraid to say in life. Now resting gently in your spirit. Archangel Michael says, you've heard what you were meant to hear. Now comes the part that changes your life. What you choose to do with it. There are no more warnings, no more signs, no more messages after this. Heaven has given you the full truth. The person who died, they've finally told you everything, and they are watching now with the kind of quiet love only the other side can carry. You may feel heavy. You may feel strange. That's how it always feels when something spiritual touches something human. That's how it feels when a miracle is unfolding and your soul knows it's real. So breathe. Just breathe. Close your eyes. Let your body catch up to what your spirit already knows. They are not gone. They were never gone. They just moved into a space where love has no distance. Where time does not exist, where your voice still reaches them even when you whisper at 3 a.m. You can talk to them now, tonight, tomorrow, forever. Because now the connection has been reopened. Michael says, this message was not a story. It was a door and you stepped through it. From this point on, you'll start noticing things. A name you haven't heard in years will suddenly show up. The number 7 will appear again and again. Strangers will say things only that person used to say. Your dreams will become clearer. Your tears will dry faster. And the voice inside you will get louder, stronger, more peaceful. That's them. That's your person. That's your miracle unfolding silently, divinely, perfectly. But only for those who believed. Only for the ones who didn't skip this. Only for the ones who stayed until the very end like you did. Michael smiles now. Not because his mission is complete, but because you finally allowed yourself to receive. And now heaven can open the door that's been waiting in silence. As the message fades, the energy remains and it whispers one last thing to your soul. Everything you lost is being returned, but better. The pain you carried is now your power. And even now, as heaven begins restoring what was delayed, you are not meant to carry the weight of financial stress, uncertainty, and unanswered questions alone. God is a God of restoration, and sometimes He places practical guidance in front of you as part of that restoration. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying. The quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated. Just small faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, begin today. Do not delay this moment. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment below. Because the season of loss is ending. What was taken is being restored. What was delayed is being released. And the strength that was forged through your pain is about to carry you into a completely new chapter. The one you loved has not left you. And now you are free. Walk forward, child of the light. Your destiny has been reset. And you are no longer alone. This message was the miracle. You just lived it. Then keep your heart wide open because Archangel Michael is just now unfolding the part of the message that was most fiercely guarded by heaven. He says, you were never meant to carry this pain forever. But someone in your life, maybe more than one, convinced you that suffering was proof of love. That sacrifice was the only way. That being in pain meant you were strong. But that is not divine truth. That is trauma disguised as loyalty. And heaven is asking you to let go of that now. Let go of the belief that you have to do everything alone. Let go of the idea that love must always hurt. Let go of the guilt, the burden, the habit of shrinking yourself to fit someone else's comfort because your loved one is not at peace knowing you still cry in secret. They are not resting until you finally allow yourself to rise. Archangel Michael says, they have stayed close. They have turned away every energy that tried to break you. They held your name in their heart when you forgot your own worth. And now they are handing it back to you. They are giving you a key, a divine key, not a physical one, not made of metal. This is a soul key. A sacred permission to unlock your new beginning. The life where you are no longer misunderstood, where your love is no longer wasted, where your pain is no longer recycled. And you can feel it, can't you? That something is trying to shift, that your energy no longer fits in places that once felt like home, that your soul is begging you to stop settling, that something beautiful is chasing you, not the other way around. Michael says, their name is already written beside your miracle, but they won't arrive until you stop holding space for the ones who kept you in fear. Your loved one in heaven sees all of it. They see the places you've stayed too long. The rooms where you dimmed your light. The moments you said, I'm okay, just to keep the peace. And they're whispering now. You don't have to prove anything to anyone anymore. Just let yourself receive. That's all I ever wanted for you because it's your receiving season now. Not grinding, not surviving, not proving, just receiving. Heaven has placed miracles in motion, but they've been circling, waiting, because your heart was too tired to welcome them in. But now your heart is waking up. Now you've opened the message. Now the light is touching the places you've hidden from the world. And with every word you read, something inside you remembers. I was always meant for more than this pain. I was always meant for the kind of love that stays. I was always worthy of the peace I keep praying for. Michael is smiling now. He says, you're almost there. Almost ready to receive what they've prepared for you. But first, there is one more truth your loved one wants you to know. One last confession. They say I didn't want to leave when I did, but something greater was calling. I didn't know how to say goodbye. I didn't know how to make peace with everything that was left unsaid. And they pause. The energy around you becomes heavier, sacred, still. But please know this. I didn't take our love with me. I left it behind for you so you would never feel alone. You haven't been alone. Every time you felt that unexplainable warmth, every time the breeze touched your cheek with no wind around. Every time you looked up at the sky and felt like someone was watching, that was them. That was their love, lingering, soft, waiting for the moment you'd be strong enough to finally hear this. And now you have. You've crossed a line in the spirit. You're no longer in the vibration of grief. You've stepped into the frequency of reunion. And now something in your physical world will reflect that. A message, a person, a chance, a name you haven't heard in years. Michael says they must know this. Within 3 hours, a moment will come that looks small, but it's the doorway to everything they asked for. They must not skip it. It could be an unexpected message, a dream that repeats, a phone call you're tempted to ignore, a familiar name showing up on your screen. Whatever it is, pay attention because this is heaven's reply. You asked if you were forgotten. You weren't. You asked if your pain would end. It's ending now. You asked if they still loved you. They never stopped. So say it out loud right now. Don't hold back. I receive it. I'm done grieving alone. I'm ready to live the life they prayed I would. That declaration will shift the heavens. And right now, at this very second, your name is being whispered in places you've never even dreamed of, rooms of decision, tables of favor, spiritual courts where your justice is being ordered. Michael says, the one who hurt you, they will face truth. But you will rise. You will heal. You will be restored in ways you can't yet imagine. Because this is not just the end of an old season. This is the beginning of something supernatural. And the one in heaven who begged for this message, they are finally smiling. They see the light returning to your face. They feel your soul beginning to believe again. And they say, good. That's all I ever wanted for them to remember who they are. There's a stillness now, deep, divine, and ancient. It's the silence that only comes after something sacred has touched your spirit. And it's not just silence. It's proof. Proof that something changed inside you today. Something you can't explain, but you'll feel it in the hours and days ahead. Archangel Michael says, when a soul accepts a message from beyond, the universe bends to serve that acceptance. So now watch how things begin to make sense. Watch how people reveal their true colors suddenly without warning. Watch how you stop chasing what no longer belongs to you and how the things meant for you start running toward you. That's the echo of the message you just received. That's the power of truth delivered through love, carried on angel wings and planted deep into your soul. Michael whispers to you now. You will not return to who you were before this moment. You're not supposed to. And the soul who died, they're not gone. Now they are woven into your instincts. They are the pause before your next big decision. They are the warmth that enters your heart when you begin to doubt again. They are the moment of courage you'll feel just before everything shifts in your favor. They are your reminder that you are not alone. That you were never forgotten. That even death couldn't silence their love. You are more powerful now than you've ever been. Because you are finally carrying the truth they were never able to say. Michael says, use it. Use it to protect your peace. Use it to walk away from the energy that makes you small. Use it to speak up when you used to stay silent. Use it to finally forgive yourself for not being able to say goodbye. Because now you have. This was your goodbye and also your beginning. Let that be the miracle. Let it bloom inside your life. And when the world tries to pull you back into chaos, when distractions return, when the lies try to cloud your path again, remember this moment. Remember how your soul responded to these words, not with fear, but with recognition. That's how you know it was real. That's how you know it came from love. And that's how you'll know they're still here. Every single time your heart feels full for no reason. Every time you hear something that reminds you of them. Every time you feel like smiling and crying at the same time, that's them still loving you. Still watching over you, still proud of you, still whispering. You did it. You stayed. You heard me. You made it to the end. I never stopped believing in you and I never will. And Archangel Michael, he smiles one final time because a soul has spoken. A truth has been heard and a new life has already begun. It's yours now. Go live it. Go claim everything they died, praying you'd one day have. Go become the miracle they always knew you were. The message is complete. Heaven is at peace and your journey is finally back on course. Then stay with me because what comes next will stay with your soul forever. Archangel Michael lowers his sword now. Not because the battle is over, but because your war is the silent war you've been fighting inside yourself. The war of waiting, of wanting, of pretending you're okay when you're breaking. Heaven is calling an end to it. Michael speaks slowly, reverently. They've suffered enough. They've cried in silence long enough. Now, let the miracle begin. And in heaven's book, the one with your name on it, a page turns. Something you lost is coming back, but not in the way you expect. Not in the exact form. It's coming better. Heaven doesn't restore what was broken. It rebirths it. You asked for answers. You asked for peace. You asked for one more sign. This is all three wrapped in one message. Right now, heaven is preparing to bring in a truth someone tried to hide from you. A message from a person who disappeared too suddenly. A healing in your body that doctors couldn't explain. A financial shift that arrives just in time. A name you thought you'd never hear again. A chance to begin again without starting over. But all of it is being held at the gates of your belief. It's been waiting on you, not on your effort, not on your worth, not even on your timing, just your yes. Say it now. I'm not afraid anymore. I open my arms. Let it come. I'm ready. Because your loved one has been lighting candles in heaven just for you. One for your peace, one for your future, one for the person you're meant to become. And they've been asking God one thing again and again. Please just let them see what I see. Let them feel how worthy they've always been. Archangel Michael says, heaven has finally agreed. Now, within the next 72 hours, you will see 3 signs, not small ones. Not vague ones, but undeniable divine confirmations. And when they arrive, your only job is to say, that's for me. I accept it. I receive it. Because now the miracle becomes activated. Michael wants to tell you one more truth. He says, they don't know this, but they've already changed lives just by surviving. Just by staying kind. Just by not giving up. You don't see it, but people look at you and wonder. How did they survive that and still shine? How did they lose so much and still love? That is why heaven has favored you. You carried light into places so dark even angels wept. You chose to forgive people who didn't say sorry. You kept believing when nothing was changing, and you kept praying even when your heart was shattered. So now heaven is sending help, real help in human form, spiritual form, financial form, emotional form, romantic form. Help is on the way. Your person, the one you thought was gone forever, may reach out in a strange way, through someone else, through a dream, through a message passed through another soul. Don't dismiss it. It's them. It's always been them. And they say, now, I've missed you more than words can say. And I'm proud of you. Even when you feel broken, I see you glowing. Michael steps back now. His work is almost done. But before he leaves, he hands you something. Not physical, something ancient. He hands you your own name. Not the name the world calls you, not your family name, but your soul name. The one God whispers when he thinks of you. And when you hear it, even if just for a second, you'll remember. I am not forgotten. I was never forsaken. I am the one they've been waiting on. I am the miracle. I am the reason they kept fighting for me. I am loved in ways I cannot measure. This message isn't ending. It's beginning inside you right now. Energy is rising in your chest. Tears are in your eyes, not because you're weak, but because something sacred is breaking through. Let it cry if you need to. Speak if you feel led. Pray if your spirit rises, but don't ignore this. Don't silence it. Don't brush it off. This is a divine appointment. Heaven is watching how you respond. The one you love who's in heaven. They are beside you now, saying, I'll be with you until you're with me again. But until then, live. Please, just live. Not halfway. Not pretending, but fully. Michael adds, the ones who skip this, they miss their window. The ones who say yes, they walk into a new season of divine favor. Now is the time. Close your eyes and repeat this to heaven. I receive the message. I accept the blessing. I release the pain. I forgive myself and others. I choose joy. I choose love. I choose to remember. I was never alone. And now your miracle has begun. It is sealed. It is done. It is written. You are free. You are blessed. You are watched over. You are exactly where you're meant to be. And your story, the one that hurts so much, is about to become someone else's hope. Archangel Michael steps away. Your loved one kisses your forehead in spirit. And heaven smiles. And remember, beloved, these messages continue because of people like you. We run entirely on viewer support. If you'd like to help keep this mission and these messages reaching more hearts, you can support us with a coffee through the link in the description. God bless you.